Happy New Year. This time last year, I was going through an abusive breakup and I was dumped on a street corner to go have to live in a women's abuse shelter. This time last year. I'll never forget. And ironically enough, this year, tomorrow, I'll probably have to do the same thing. Although this time, not abused. Finally. God is really taking care of me for a whole year. And I'm just so grateful and I'm so thankful. And it's literally been by the mercy and the grace of God that I've made it this far. There's just like this feeling that you get when you're letting the universe guide your steps. It's like, finally, I'm just gonna do whatever God wants me to do. I'm just gonna go wherever God wants me to go. I'm just gonna leave any man or woman that God tells me to leave or place, And it's like, God, it would make so many people happy to find out that I'm homeless. It really would. I have people coming at me with pitchforks, enemies stepping on my neck. They'd fucking love it. So many people would love if I were homeless. Hello? Namaste. So many people get off on me failing. And it's like the sickest thing. It really is. And I think that it's so evil in this world. Like wishing the downfall and wishing harm on someone. But you know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is going to shock you. I'd rather be homeless than to ever be with a psychopathic tyrant bully ever again. I'd rather live under a fucking bridge in the middle of the Midwest in the winter, taking my chances. No, I'm serious, and I'd rather also be judged publicly for it. I'd also rather have every single enemy I have getting off on it and laughing their way to destruction as well. And it's like, I don't want to bend the knee. I'm not settling ever. I will never settle. So I won't just take a handout from like a man just so I can go live in a comfortable home with a white picket fence, but also feel dead inside at the same time. I marry for love this next time. That's what I told myself. I had a very bad marriage before, and it was so fucking painful to be with a guy that you just knew wasn't compatible for you. And so even though we had it all, we had money, nice house, nice car, all this, like all vacations, anything I wanted, the lifestyle I wanted. In 2019, I was like, I can't do it anymore. And so I left. I divorced. And it's been, I even lived in my car at one time. Found myself in that women's abuse shelter. I even found myself with some very angry, abusive men along the way. And I'll tell you what, I never once bent the knee. Never. I'll firmly be able to say one day that no matter what adversities came at me, no matter what, hello, Bex, no matter what, I never just settled. I never just slapped a ring on my finger and got pregnant. And, I had a purpose. I didn't just get with some guy because he has money and a white picket fence and he can keep me behind a gated community. And I don't want to ever live in a prison again. It's a prison. People think that just because you have a warm body next to you, it's somehow love. That's not what love is. I'd rather have passion. I'd rather have a life purpose. I'd rather have the trials and tribulations. And I'd rather know that even if I am homeless tomorrow, at least I can say I tried. And that's why so many enemies are so fucking pissed at me. Because they didn't try. And at least I say, when I fail, at least I tried. At least I tried to be independent and single on my own in a world that wanted to chew me up and spit me out. At least every single day I showed up for my spiritual gifts, my psychic abilities, my congregation. Every time I preached, even though I faced thousands of hate comments every single week, at least I did it. At least I can say I tried. So even wherever I go tomorrow, and I'm so fucking ready. Like, I'm just like, whatever happens. Like, if I have to pack up my duffels and go, I don't know where. Or one door closes, another opens, it must be something. I don't have a car, so we'll see how that goes, where I'm gonna go. I'll figure it out. The point is, I can at least say that I tried. So it's not even a fail. Homelessness isn't even a fail when you know you tried. Breakups, public breakups, those shameful ones that you've seen throughout the years for me, those aren't even, it's not even a failure. I'm actually really glad that it happened. I'm glad I chose myself when no one else was choosing me. So this year, 2026, ironically enough, this time last year, I remember I was in the back seat of my ex-boyfriend's car getting abused on a live stream in front of everybody. In fact, that was the live stream that was most viewed. People fucking love a tragic story. People love it. People love to see women in tears. People fucking love it, dude. They get off on it. So anyway, this time last year, I was in the back seat of his car, and he was taking me to somewhere I'd never been before, and he was just gonna dump me off at a police station. And abused me the entire way there, and it got so bad that I had to literally go live, just because I had no money, no car, no friends, no house, no nothing. I had nothing, and I was terrified for my life, so all I did was get on a live stream. So many people watched that man abuse me this time last year. And so a whole year, and I'm looking back, and I'm like, God, though. God rescued me. And I don't very often talk about it because I try to keep it very chipper. I try to be as upbeat as possible. I try my best to promote a really upbeat, positive life, even when you're in the struggles, But right now, I'd rather die than ever bend the knee to a man like that again and just have a bed to sleep in or have some body next to me. I refuse. So I'm willing to let God do whatever he needs to do to keep a roof over my head by tomorrow. And I'm so serious. You know how exhausted I am and saying, oh my God, I'm going to be homeless tomorrow. I'm going to be homeless tomorrow. Just fucking do it already. Universe, fucking take me out of my misery. You either put more money in my fucking bank account and I never have to worry about homelessness again, or you just let my ass go to the streets. At the end of the day, I can't care anymore and I don't care anymore. It's like that feeling of complete surrender and detachment. Like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Quite honestly, a shakeup like that, I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, of course, I'm not excited to be homeless. It's like, I remember at the police station, the guy was like, fresh meat like you probably won't do well at the shelter at all. So he offered me to hold on to my important documents because women like me lose their important shit all the time in a shelter. And it was like really cool. It was like the first time I'd experienced a man who genuinely wanted to take care of me. And it was an officer. And not only was he the sweetest man on the entire planet, but he went out of his way. He was just going to have me on my way. He's just like, okay, good luck to you. And then he saw my duffel bags out at the door and he's like, wait, is that your stuff? After I, reported what had happened to me. And I said, yeah, those are my bags. And he's like, come on, you're coming with me. And he put those heavy ass bags in his cruiser and he took me to the women's abuse shelter on his own voluntarily. And he's just like, there's no way. There's no way this guy did this to you. There's no way. And that was the live stream. I had like 10,000 views and that was like the craziest. I've never had that many people watching me. Man, people really love to see a girl going through it. I'd never seen such depravity in my whole life. Like the one time my shit goes viral, and it's because I'm being abused by a man who's on the FBI watch list. So I've just been in spiritual witness protection for the last year, trying my best to get away from evil tyrants like that fucking clowns. And doing a damn good job at it, I must say. I'm proud of myself. Never went back. Why would I? What a fucking jackass. I would never go back. And I've had my opportunities to get involved with just any random passerby that shows up here and obviously is attracted to me, and if I was even attracted to them at some points. And it would have been easy to slap a piece of metal on my finger and promise a baby or two and get completely caught up in that whole you're stuck for the next 18 years kind of thing, but I didn't. And I will never bend the knee. I will never just be with a man because he has money or a house or a car or a sense of entitlement or an ego. How much do I weigh? How the fuck is that any of your business? How is that fucking relevant to the story? What a prick. So, in 1 year, I find myself still at the mercy of the universe. And tomorrow, the looming deadline of every Friday, because every Friday my rent is due because I pay for weekly extensions here. And it's once again the Friday doom and gloom of will she be able to make it? How? How does she make it every time? It's by the grace and mercy of God that I make it. It's by the grace and mercy of God I do anything in this world. And so many people do it. They get off on it. They love seeing the struggle of God's people. They love it. They love it because they don't want you to think that you're God's people. Because saying something like that is so fucking pretentious. And people are like, how dare you? That even sounds stupid. You're not holy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. There's nothing holy about you, bitch. That's the kind of thing they wish that women like me believed. So we would settle. So we'd be with any man who can, behind closed doors, abuse us, torture us, and steal our energy. And that's exactly why I'd rather die on a bridge. And I know a lot of homeless people. I mean, I've been on the streets for 2 years. I know a lot of homeless people. And I can tell you one thing. Most of the people I've met on the streets, they tell you the same thing. They'd rather die than bend the knee to these tyrannical dictators called husbands or wives or family members. So it's not out of desperation that I'm always one step away from a seemingly catastrophe. But it's not fun. I'll say it's not like the best life. It's not the most glamorous life. To have to every week wonder how the fuck I'm gonna make it. But each time it always comes through. Always. Always. And it never fails. Like it literally, I'm telling you, because God is that good. God is that good, man. He never fails me, ever, ever. Because I don't fail him. He doesn't fail me because I don't fail him. Love doesn't fail me because I don't fail love. You know, the truth be told, that's what a lot of people on this planet are really angry about. That love loves me. And I get blessed, and I've been able to land on my feet, and I've been able to do things that other people can't. And it's just this is the craziest feeling in the whole world. That feeling of like my whole 3D world looks like it's on fire. It looks like it's about to go up in smoke. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Like, I'm okay with it. No, really. I mean, you just get tired of like always fucking stressing about where you're gonna be, how you're gonna live, how you're gonna have food in the fridge. Like, I haven't eaten in days. I haven't had food in my fridge for some time. And I'd rather literally go without than to ever rub elbows with another man like that. I survived in the last 2 years. Jesus. In the last 2 years alone, I have survived, I would say, 4 or 5, like, hella abusive warlocks. Straight up warlocks. I mean, spiritually inclined, gifted men. Some richer than the others. Some have a different kind of power. Like, I was dating a homeless guy once. He was Native American. So he had, like, insane gifts. And, man, I really loved that guy. Oh, I did. I loved him a lot. Oh, God, what wasn't to love? But then he got, like, cocky with it and thought that he didn't need just me. He needed me plus, like, 6 girls at the same time because he's a Playboy Casanova. What a player. And I said, yeah, fucking right. It's okay. Thanks, bud. You might be sexy and all. I mean, the sexiest man alive, but you ain't that sexy. And so, no. And he was homeless along with me, and now I fucking see. You can't get involved with certain people. They got shit karma coming in. They can't treat women like that. They can't treat women like that and then expect blessings in the world. So I was like, dude, I gotta jump ship. It's kind of given train wreck, sir. The reason you're homeless, I think, is because you're out here playing women's hearts, playing this one against this one against this one against, siphoning a whole bunch of women's energy and not knowing your own. So anyway, dumped that guy. Actually, I got dumped. Let's be real. Hey, I'm gonna be completely honest. I got dumped on my birthday. Why? Because why the fuck else not? My life has been shit my whole life, 36 years. Why not get dumped on your birthday by the man that you love more than life itself? Come on. It's fun. I gotta be able to put it in my book one day. Gonna have a self-published book. You're gonna have to have some juicy content for it, bitch. I vowed to myself that when I ever make an album, that song for him will be called 555 Main Street. God, you ever written so many songs and sang yourself to the bottom of a bottle because of a guy before? That's that one. He will forever be the one that I maybe make a whole album for one day, completely sloshed. The dude's a heart criminal. He takes hearts and just stomps on them. Anyway, I had to teach that man a lesson. Oh, I fucking taught him, honey. I taught him a lesson. Because after, he dumped me, he went to jail for 30 days at least. That's what he said when he texted me back one day, coming back like they always do. He came back and he was like, so, how's it going? Oh, better than you, bub. Better than you, buddy. Sometimes, ladies, you gotta avoid a man like the plague, hunty. That man will get you fucked up so bad because of their shit karma coming in. Like, you will be guilty by association. So once I realized, like, dude, that fucking, what? 30 days in jail, dude, that was a slap on the wrist. That was the universe just giving you a little love tap, a little, that's it. That was a little spanking from the universe. That wasn't even karma yet, sir. That's when I was like, red alert, block, delete. I'm never getting around that guy again. She outplayed me and 6 other girls all simultaneously. And think you're some hot stuff. There's some stud muffin that has like fucking all of them knowing about each other. Because we all think we're winning some fucking prize. The dude's a loser. Like, actual loser with a capital loser. And here we were, all knowing about each other. But then I like woke up one day and I was like, wait, Jenna, what are you doing? Is this a spell? Is this dude like a magician? What the hell? What are you doing? He might be sexy, girl, but he ain't that sexy. I mean, he may have been packing some heat. I mean, the dude knew what he had. That's why he played girls the way he did. So as much as I love the way he could put it down, flip it, and reverse it, I'm like, dude, the reversal of my good karma is the thing that I'm concerned about. And I have way too many blessings to give to your ass. So anyway, yeah, you dumped me on my birthday. Then there was the infamous, you know who watched me deteriorate. Found me at finally my best, which isn't saying much because last year was a shit show. So this other guy, after I was finally getting my life back in order after that train wreck of a boyfriend, happened to find me online. They always do, honey. The second you're happy, thriving, independent on your own, looking good, smelling good, tasting good, looking delicious, all of a sudden, yeah, nah, you came in like a bat out of hell. Coming like a heartbreaker. Dude, he hated my guts. How can you date a man that hates your guts? How can you literally look every day at somebody who hates everything about you because they hate themselves? I admit I have been pretty unlucky in quite a lot of areas of my life. No, truly. Love, 100%. And it's the embarrassing parts too. It's like the public breakups, the public humiliation. Love after lockup, girl. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And then there's like the money situation for whatever reason. I always seem to just barely make it. I hate that. I hate that. And the ex that left me homeless last year, one of the last things he ever said to me was, your love life's just fucked up. You're cursed. You're cursed in love. And it really kind of always sat with me, and I was like, dude, maybe he's right. I haven't met a man yet who's able to keep up spiritually and psychically and able to protect me and keep me as safe as I do in the spirit. Like, I haven't met a man who can, I don't know, I guess, put up with all the hate, all the drama, all the ways people fucking hate my guts. I don't know, I think I've just accidentally written off love. When it comes to money, too, I'm not the luckiest person alive when it comes to money, but it does always seem to work, except I'm homeless in 24 hours. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what God does. Either God does it or he doesn't. And look, you get to that point. And guys, this is when you really know you're ready for a change in life. This is when you really know that something big is about to shift for you. Is you get that feeling of like, you know what, God? Put up or shut up. Like, you talk a big talk, you better walk a big walk. And I will tell God right to his face. No, I'm serious. I mean, I just said it. You either give a shit or I get to step in. Like I won't even worship God anymore. Cuz if you think about it, if your God is so powerful enough to be worshipped, then he should have this in the bag, yeah? He should be able to handle it like that. And if he can't, there's something wrong and I'm worshipping the wrong God. So at the end of the day, you just get to that point where you're like, do it big, God. Go big or go home. Or go big and keep me at home, please. But yeah, I'm getting so tired of that, like, every Friday morning before 10 a.m., before checkout time, always having to worry, am I going to have enough money to keep a roof over my head? Is this lifestyle, this independent girl who's up against every fucking clown in town who hates her guts and has an entire coven, a witch coven of girls after her. Is this really the life I want to be living? Yes, absolutely. It is. It is. And that's what pisses people off so bad. I never would wish harm on people. I never would want someone to fail as much as my enemies do. And it is crazy to me that people wish that on others. Like, I can't even stomach the idea of wishing homelessness on someone. Why would you? Or hunger, or a bad breakup, a bad public breakup. Like, what? I just could not. I couldn't fathom it because I'm not a dick. But there are so many people on this planet that are truly so fucking miserable in their own lives. They hate themselves so much that they just want to hate you equally. And then when you start loving yourself, this is when they're like, why? Why would you? How dare you? You couldn't fathom weight loss or taking accountability for your actions either. Oh, Coach Darts. I love you, Coach Darts. There will always be someone like you in the crowd. Hates my guts, has to look at my weight instead of the fact that I'm telling you about, I don't know, how I've survived death several times in the last 2 years and how I'm just, a girl, just a girl, a normal human being that you can't treat as a human being. Because God forbid you listen to the content or you listen to a girl's heart. Instead, you have to channel pure hatred about her weight. Like, it's like, that's the first thing you see is my body weight. Sometimes I forget how hateful people really can be, how much fat phobia is like that last, like the last allowable discrimination. And because you don't like my body shape. Well, I like my body shape. And saying you don't know what it's like, fathomable. My highest weight I ever was 415 pounds. I couldn't even bend to tie my shoes. So I've lost over 100 pounds on my own, without surgery, without anything. Just doing it from the mind. So to say I don't know what weight loss is, or I couldn't even fathom it, first of all, I'm pretty sure you've known me 20 seconds. Pretty sure you don't know me from a hole in the ground. So I highly suggest you get with the program that you give what you receive what you give. And the hate that you seem to have, Coach Darts. Liked and sub, Trey, thanks so much. The hate, though. Oh, see, and I really want to read this comment as well out loud here. Homeowners Association. My name is Karen Raniti. Oh, your name's definitely a Karen then? That makes sense. I live in the suburbs in a gated community. Am I above you? Yes. Did God make me perfect? Also, yes. Am I sorry I was blessed? No. You know what I think is lovely is that people like you and people like Coach Darts here, that's the first thing everyone sees. Yeah. And I think it does a lovely thing in separating those who are hateful and evil at heart and can't see the content of my character, have to see my skin. If you can only see skin deep, then I don't have anything really much more to say to you. But the audacity for so many cold hearts, like absolute, the way that people would say something that grotesque, HOA, and say it with such conviction. Homeowners Association 25, Karen Reniti. You would say it so confidently, as if the same universe that doesn't provide for me doesn't provide for you. And the self-entitlement of, I'm better than you. And then the fact that you fucking say it with your chest. It's hysterical to me. The pompous, egoic, flagrant disregard for, I don't know, self-restraint is just beyond crazy to me. And I would rather die than ever be like you. I'd rather be homeless with 10 cents to my name than ever be you. I'd rather be fat, Coach Darts. I'd rather not even be able to bend to tie my shoes. I'd rather be in a fucking wheelchair than to ever be you. No, I mean, I'd rather have 8 billion people on the planet look at me first, and the first thing they witness is my stretch marks and my pleasant, plump goddess beauty. I'd rather know every day that I'm fat and penniless than ever be you two. Yeah, fucking facts. I swear to God. I swear on my life. I swear on my life. I'd rather live under a bridge than be Karen. And I'd rather be fat and hated by everybody than ever have whatever Mr. Coach Darts. Oh God, I hope nobody coaches with you. But if they want to coach with you, I'm pretty sure every single person that comes in your reality judges by appearances the same way you do. And so you'll have no choice but to manifest more of that. But you see, the hatred. Karen must be fun at parties. What parties? Let's not act like he gets invited to any parties. So the fact that there's so much hate that comes my way for just being me, just being me. It doesn't matter if I'm a billionaire or if I have 10 cents in my bank account. I could be the juiciest peach in the world and people would still hate peaches. I could be a size 2 and have a fucking modeling contract and people would still hate me. You get to the point where you realize people hate you because they fucking hate themselves. They're miserable. They have to drink a 6-pack every night just to be able to handle their wife and kids and pay another mortgage payment they hate on their fucking SUV that they can't afford, just so they can keep up with the Joneses and keep that gated community. All the while they're fucking miserable inside. Terrified. They'll never get to have passion. They'll never get to look into the eyes of somebody and just know that they crave you and you crave them. And it'll always just be anger every day. So again, I'd rather be me than ever be you. And those darts that you're coaching with, the darts that you send to innocent people on the internet that didn't do anything to you, you may want to be very careful because you may just come across a witch bitch one of these days who sends those darts right back to you 1,000-fold. You might find somebody who knows what the fuck to do with those darts. Hey, coach, sign me up, coach. So I'm just letting you know that it's going to be a way different kind of year this year. It's going to be a year where God starts making examples of you. God starts using you in a way that silences the haters. Well, you got some wishes granted there. I don't know what wishes you think I'm getting granted, but if you think it's to be told heinous things on the internet by people like yourself who are so closed-hearted and cruel and miserable, I doubt that's a wish. I doubt I've put that on my New Year's list, huh? However, you take it or you leave it. Sometimes when you're in the public eye and you do shit like this, you welcome in that scrutiny, and I love it. It's so good for the complexion. I'm able to handle it. I've got thick skin, pun unintended. Come on, coach. So I'm perfectly okay with the fact that people judge me based on my money, where I live, where I don't live, the man I have, the man I don't have, the weight I've lost, the weight I don't lose, the clothes I wear, the clothes I don't wear. It's fine. You get to a point where you're like, you know what, God? Show them. Sometimes I feel like there's this higher power that just doesn't even have anything to prove. There is nothing to prove. It's just love. And it's just, I love everybody. I love everyone. And I think that's the saddest part about the hate that I receive online. And I'm not going to stop. I can't stop. I won't be silenced. I will never, ever, ever be silenced. But they'll definitely try it, and they'll definitely come at me with pitchforks. But again, there's also people I find that I love and that love me, and it's a lovely thing. Like, I have found so many members of my soul family by doing this online, like just talking about the things that have happened to me, reading tarot, finding mystics and shamans, and and it's so some good comes with the bad. But man, if you don't have to go through a lot of bad to get it, Oh, damn. I liked and sub. Thanks, Trey. Oh, Eric, bless your heart. Thank you for being here. Someone would be lucky to receive your devotion. Wow. You seem to be in your own little trip. Have fun. I do have fun. Absolutely every day. There is no karma. It's created by people which manifests because it's believed upon once again. Right. Exactly. There's only karma if you believe there is. Which in the end is not worth... Oh. Right. Which in the end is not worth shit because they don't hold any real power upon others if the victims are not believing it to be so. Exactly. That's all witchcraft is. It's all magic is. Magic is simply, or spell work, whatever, spell work, curses. They only exist because you think they exist. Karma exists only because we think it exists. Time exists only because we think time exists. Poverty exists only because we think poverty exists. Hate exists only because we think hate exists. Like, all of it really is just an assumption we've believed until now. So yeah, you're right. But you went back, didn't you? No? Absolutely not. I did not go back. So if you're asking for a friend, there ain't no way I would ever go back to that asshole. Way to wake up. I think 2026 is going to be a good year for you. Thank you. Your gifts are better. Keep up the awareness. Yes, they are, Captain K. Thank you. A survivor at peace that only needs her father. Oh. Oh. Dead ceilings. Oh, no, wait. Dead cell messages. I read that wrong. Dead cell messages. A survivor at peace that only needs her father. She's at peace even still. Wow. Thank you for noticing, because it cost a lot. I've had to turn down and reject so many things. You would be really surprised. You'd be surprised what I've been through and how many people I love so much that turned on me. And I mean, who hasn't? We all have, but to still be at peace through and be like, you know what? I'm better off. I had to turn down a man that I loved so much. Nobody really, really knows how much I cared about the man that I was seeing since May. Nobody really knew. Didn't really talk about it. How much I truly, truly loved him. And then one day, as I was trying to free him from a coven, like I'd gotten out of so many. There was an Omaha coven. I lived with 3 witches and a warlock last year, and it's literally a coven. And I was trying to help him get out of it. His was far more intense, though. He had, I would say, 30 family members on either side of the family that were witches and warlocks, literally. They called themselves, on one side they called themselves the cats, and on the other side they called themselves the dogs. And I tried to get him out of that. Damn near killed me. And it didn't work. But I will say something. I'll never stop loving him, really. I had to turn down a really nice salary that they offered me. A house, my very own house, with him. Do you know how good that would have been? I had to turn down an offer of, well, they were all multimillionaires. They had houses and cars, and they had a car for me, a house for me. I would have been able to just seemingly have a dream life, and they turned it down. That's when I faced a lot of psychic backlash, because that's what happens when you turn powerful people down. So I've been suffering financially for it. I had a man assault me last year, lay hands on me in this Airbnb. I had to put him behind bars in front of 2 other men. And this man abused me physically, and that was really intense. Just like, God, if 2025 wasn't a horrible year. But I loved so deeply. Oh my God. The way that at least I can say I tried. The way that I can at least say I've tried to escape and survive so many death cults that just wanted me dead. Wanted to harvest my energy. One day, I'll be on the up and up one day. And when I'm finally doing better, I'll be able to help women like myself that went through it. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the lessons. And no matter what happens tomorrow, I'm still better off than I was last year. There was so much growth last year. But yeah, I've grown because I've loved and I've lost. And you just do it You do it for, I guess, the lessons? She's got the answers. Can we say the same? Wow. Dead cell messengers. They would rather die than get sober and get a job, you mean? Right, I guess so. I guess so. If you mean homeless people, I guess you're right. They would rather, not all homeless people, some just want to get drunk or high. Some just want to, not all homeless people have those intentions. Sometimes people just have shit luck. Sometimes things just happen. In this climate, the day and age that we're in, after post 2019, you can't be guaranteed a paycheck. You can't be guaranteed anything in this crazy climate. 401k, health benefits, everybody's one step away from that at any given moment. I would rather be me and at least know that my homelessness, whatever's happened to me, is because I choose to still believe in love. I choose to teach people how to be kind even when you're facing the worst of the worst in the world, and still live your every day. Just letting people know that God is real. And that you very well can be taken out of misery. You can look at the circumstances which look like really, really shit. I mean, in 24 hours I'll be homeless, seemingly. And you're looking at the circumstances and you're like, how? How will it fix? How will I be okay? How will I be okay? Well, you don't know the how. You're never gonna know the how. You're gonna know the who. Who can handle it? God. But how? I have no clue. I'm not gonna know the solution to this problem until the solution presents itself. So many people, they want to learn about manifestation and how to have these miracles and land on their feet and always, benefit from good luck and good juju that they put out there, but they're not putting good out into the world. And so yeah, there's a lot of homeless people that are just like everyone else, and that they're, well, kind of horrible people. But then there are some that are homeless that are not horrible people, and you got to really use discernment. You got to know that while there are some complete assholes and criminals and abusers and rapists and all these people that are homeless, there are also good ones that are not that way, and they don't deserve that. No one deserves homelessness. Well, honest, in the last 2 years, I've been noticing that some people, they claim they do want it. They really say it all the time, like, this is my life, it'll always just be this way. And so the universe is like, okay, so we think that you deserve it because you say you deserve it. So they stay there. But then there's women like me who try every single day to do the right thing so that we can one day survive whatever glitch this was in the Matrix, whatever hiccup this was. Since I had my eviction in 2023, yeah, it must have been 2024, 2 years ago. So not last January, but the January before that, I faced eviction. I was very independent. I was loving my business. I did a spiritual business. I read tarot, which people could not stand. Now they're a little bit more open to it, but at the time, it was such a different thing that everybody came at me. Everybody and their hate. Oh, everybody hated it. Tarot, isn't that of the devil? Shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to listen to you. But I was getting really awesome messages. I was able to predict things people you wouldn't even believe. I was really, really good at it. And I couldn't filter out all the hate fast enough. I couldn't cleanse my energy fast enough. And so I started getting sick more and more. Like I was bedridden. I felt like I just got completely just freaking flatlined. Like, even though I had like the most successful year in my business, the next year was the worst. And that's when I went homeless. I became homeless. And lived in my car, shelter, with men that uh, if only I would have known then what I know now. But you live and you learn, you know? I will say. I'm excited to see what comes next because I've not been a shit person. That's why I'm excited to see what comes next. Because I very much believe that you reap what you sow. And I've had a lot of good seed that I've sown. So I've healed a lot of people along the way. I've loved those less fortunate. I've given a voice to the voiceless. I've protected very innocent people who are being spiritually persecuted, such as myself. Blood, sweat, and tears. I've died for this. I've died for this cause. So what comes next is my glory days. That's what comes next. So it doesn't matter what the 3D says. Oh, your rent's due tomorrow and you haven't paid it yet. Doesn't matter. So, and I'm still beautiful. I'm still perfect. I'm still amazing. I'm still talented. I'm still psychic. I'm still God's chosen. I was chosen to go through some really tough, harsh battles right in the face of people who I've never had that level of hatred towards anybody in my life. But some of the way that some of these trolls, their hate. I call them trolls because I definitely don't want to call them human, because there ain't no way. It's not a human thing. That's a demonic thing. So I think people really are going to have to recognize that you reap what you sow. And this is the reaping. This is the harvest. I'm just glad I've been sowing some good seed. So no matter what happens, it doesn't matter. I will never let anybody's projections stay on me too long. Like all that hate I just received. I send it back to you. It's yours. It's not mine. It's your hate. You're the one that can't look at me and think that I'm beautiful the way I do. You're the one that judges my living situation. When you have beautiful, whatever you said, gated community, and you probably have tons of money and whatever, like, so you can't love someone that doesn't have what you have. Okay, well, that's fine for you. That's not my thing. So when I face scrutiny like that, I just say, oh, buddy, no thanks. No, thank you. I'm going to have to politely decline and watch the little squirrels outside instead. I'm going to have to say, you wish you could dump that toxic sludge on me. You wish you could hate life as much as you do and show up to just dump it on some girl and that she'd believe your bullshit. So you can feel better about yourself. So that energetically you feel better when you violate spiritually, verbally, and mentally, psychologically, a girl who loves herself as she is, full on, curves and all, stretch marks and all, hairy legs and all, morning breath and all, homelessness and all, poverty and all, richness and all, wealth and all, whatever I am, whatever I say I am. You wish that your nasty hate would be able to somehow permeate. But I meditate way too much. I meditate a lot. Like all day, kind of. So I don't allow hate like that in my aura. I don't let anything like that affect me in the spirit. Instead, I like to reject it and return it to the sender. Just like that. Happy New Year from Dayton, Ohio. God bless, Penny. How much do you pay to stay where you at? Oh, so we got somebody saying how much do you pay, and then another guy saying how much do you weigh. Hello, Ice. She looks Asian and Latina. Excuse me, Ice? Ice? Ice, baby. She looks Asian and Latina combined. Let's get Ice in here. Ice can suck my big toe. Not only am I not Asian nor Hispanic, even if I were, Ice can still kiss my ass. So the hate that people project, my God, you ever seen something like it? Dr. Love Handles. Hey, how you doing, Fatzilla? Gosh, you guys, it's just insane. Come on, man. Skunky, how you doing this morning? Oh, my queen. Hey, Florida. Hey, girl. Hey, Dex. How you doing? So, yeah, I think you're just going to see the uprising of hate on this planet. You're going to see that these people, they're filled with demons, and those demons are what hate you. They're empty vessels, dude. They've already sold their soul. They've already given it over. Their body, their vessel. It's like they're an NPC. It's like the rise of demons. It's the rise of you too, though. So if we're being real, it's the rise of light. It's also the rise of demons. And you see people walking around anymore, like just walking around like bobbleheads. But yeah, your light, it irritates them. It's not even your looks. It's not your voice. It's not what you wear. It's your light. They fucking hate your vibration. They hate your frequency. Because they are forced to watch. And what happens is when they're like, they have to like hone in and draw into a frequency, like a certain frequency that is forced because they can't avoid it. Like they can't stop being in that frequency, especially if they can't take their eyes off it. You know what I mean? And who could? So they're forced to pay attention to a certain frequency that is higher than their own. That is going to cause such a spiritual awakening. Not only an awakening, but I've heard of it leading to vomiting, upset stomach, glitches in their phone, their iPads, you know, whatever, their technology, their internet. People like get angry and they break their iPad, they throw their phone, they drop it in the toilet, shit like that, because the universe is trying to like correct itself and it doesn't want certain people in pain like that anymore. So glitches will be happening to get those people out of your energy and to get them out of yours, because it's painful as hell. When you have that light of a frequency, it's like it's a natural anti-parasitic. So it's going to heal a lot of people and inspire a lot of people, but it will also make people sick. So this is where a lot of people project onto you because they blame you for the reason that they're angry or they're getting karma or that they're getting ill, when really it's their own frequency rejecting yours. Their own natural set point is so much lower than yours. And it doesn't mean that they're worse and you're better. It's nothing like that. It's just that where they're at their level of soul development, they're stuck at a certain frequency and they can't get out of it until they know that they are God. When they know that ye are gods, they know that they are Christ consciousness, they'll be able to get out of it. But until then, it's like pure suffering to be around you. So they have to leave. It's like a lot of these demons on earth, they're not going to make it. Like the solar flares we're having, twin flame unions that are coming together. The Great Awakening is happening. People cannot escape it. They're going to have to leave. Like these demonic forces are going to have to leave. There's no choice. Especially the more that you reject it, the more that you say, I don't want to tune into your frequency. That's your frequency. Mine is better. Mine feels better. Mine is a pain reliever and yours is painful. So I don't want to be connected to you. And then, so what you do is you just, in your own imagination, you just cord cut between you and them. And then you reject it and you say, whatever you sent my way out of negativity or out of hate, I don't exist in hate. I am pure love. So I don't agree to the terms. Thank you. I love you. I love you. And you'll be okay. You'll get it right one day. But today wasn't that day. So you can go ahead and get whatever course correction you have coming through from the universe. People that think karma isn't real because it's not if you don't think it is. But the ones that are about to get karma think that it is real. So at a soul level, they still feel guilt, they feel shame, they feel remorse, they feel regret, they feel all these like horrible emotions about things they've done in their past or whatever. Fear, they choose fear with things. And that lowers their frequency, so it keeps them trapped at a really low frequency. So what they really want to do is get rid of the pain when they see you, because your frequency alone causes the pain. It's not even causing it, it's just highlighting it. So your frequency highlights that they're already miserable. Yes. It's not causing their pain. It's highlighting for them that they've always been in pain. And so a lot of light workers, they have their vibration raised and you're attracting some weird people, I see. Exactly. I'm just really happy that people are starting to see it because I've already known that they were monitoring me and stalking me. But when you're light, that's what happens. When you're a light worker, that's what happens. When you have a purpose, that's what happens. When you're loved by God, that's what happens. What we can do is teach and show the warning signs of what it's going to be like when you do your life purpose, when you work for the testimony of Christ, when you literally live for God, what will happen to you? Persecution, absolutely. In fact, you're not even doing it right if you're not persecuted. Like, Jesus was persecuted every single second of the day. Like, I'm in good company. I really like that guy. I'm like, if I'm hated this much just for being peaceful, I'm okay with that. And to really be able to say, when all of that chaos is happening, to be able to say, I don't participate in it. I don't accept your demons. I do not want those demonic attachments you have. I do not want the possession. I don't want demonic possession, and I do not want it transferring from you, an empty vessel, to me. I do not accept it. So to consistently repel it, of course, makes you even more of a target because you shine brighter and you get more blessings, but you got to be able to protect your assets. You have true assets in the spirit. It might not look like it in the 3D. Sometimes it doesn't always look like your hot shit. It doesn't always look like it. But I'll tell you what, God always provides. Always. Always. And the more you reject these people's demons, the more you feel it, the more you say, absolutely not. That's yours. I already dealt with mine. I already dealt with my demons. I already put the bottle down. I already stopped with my addictions. I already did that. Thank you. And this is proof that after the dark night of the soul, after you can finally put the bottle down and find love within yourself, this is proof. Your peace is proof that you've made it. But now the real battle, the real war, defending your peace. Being so okay with the idea that war exists and that a holy war is real. It's a frequency. The holy war is a frequency and it never ends, really. You descend into it. That's why you can vibrate past any hurt, any harm, any even negative comments that people send. Even if you address it, even if you so for instance, my bank account. If I look at my bank account right now in the physical, I've connected to a reality. My Christ consciousness, my awareness has been aware of a lack of funds in one reality. Okay. The question is, how often does my Christ I am awareness, the Savior within all of us, how often does that Christ consciousness avert back to my imagination of a higher bank account? A bank account that looks completely different, right? That's the real question that a lot of people are going to have to ask on this planet soon. How quick and how often are you able to see hateful rhetoric like that and still choose love? Because blessed are the peacekeepers. So whoever can keep your peace, if you can keep your peace, you will be blessed. Their curses will not touch you. It will never fall on you ever if you don't want it to. If you want to take on what people think or believe or say about you, then you can. You have every right to do so as God. You can bring in any hateful person, any hateful comment, and you can run with it. You're allowed to. It's your world, create it, But there's just so many of us that are like, the pain of it all is just too much. I'd prefer instead being in my own energy, Oh, I know. I don't know how you were out there that long. Well, Happy New Year. I hope you have a good day.
You too.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you see it, Victor, because I was like, I wasn't understanding for the longest time back in 2023, about 2022, 2023, when I started my business, my spiritual business online. I didn't understand. I couldn't see through the veil enough to see and pinpoint. I knew something was happening to me. I knew that people were coming at me. Invisible forces, I would call them. I knew that there was hate. But I didn't know the tools yet to bring it out of people. I didn't know how yet to call it out and be present yourself. Show me who you are. There it is. See? Right there. Right there. Fate, cursed king. Exactly. I didn't know yet how to make it appear evident, to finally see in the 3D instant manifestation. I didn't know yet how to get people like cursed king here, cursed guy. I didn't know how to bring out those who were cursed right out into the light. Make them show their hand. I didn't know how to do that yet. So I would go through all that hate with my business, and I just got like swamped by all that negative energy. And then it was always hidden, and it was always under the radar. But now, because truth is coming to light and so many avenues, so many arenas on this planet, truth is prevailing. People have to start exposing who they really are. Wait, what? I just motivated you and you came after me like that. No, you came after me like that. So I'm going to do the same. So to see those that are cursed, and how do I know they're cursed? Well, they call themselves cursed. That's a you thing, not a me thing. So there is a way to still see a reality that you don't like or that is not conducive to what you're trying to build, and just see it even for a short second, just a minute or two, and be like, okay, that's one version of reality. There's a million trillion others that I could see right now, especially when you have your third eye open. Once you get this fucker unlocked, then it's game over. And most of us, we had to go through some sort of near-death experience to get this fucker to open. Or like some sort of psychedelic trip or something. You know, some people go through like a transcendental Kundalini awakening, whatever it is to get your third eye to bust open. Sometimes it's trauma. Trauma can do it. But yeah, to see it now, like, I know someone's hurting me. I can feel it. I want you to expose who you are right now in my energy, in my presence, and you will be doing so, and then you will leave. Either I will remove you from the chat or you'll just take yourself out. Either way, you will not be in my energy ever again without my permission. You will not be on my channel ever again without my explicit permission. It just won't happen. Like, I set intentions over my channel that I help people of love, people of light. Not people who call themselves cursed, but instead call themselves blessed. You see? There's no third eye. Oh, okay. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for showing up. So now that you can find your own power, when the 3D presents an option to you, it's just one of many options. Hate comments, that's just one of many options. There's another reality where I'm just receiving love, 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 emojis, heart emojis, donations, beautiful people sending air hugs, compliments. There's that. And you're allowed to shift. You're allowed to see one reality in the physical and then immediately take your awareness to another one. And you know, that's real true transmutation. That's real alchemy. If you think about it. That's when you change your state of consciousness. When you can shift your state of conscious awareness from one reality to another, that is something most people cannot do. They don't believe the third eye is real. They don't believe that the psychic world is real. They don't believe in psychic gifts. They don't believe that there's more than their physical world. And that's why they're getting caught up in their physical world and it's collapsing on them. Their physical world is going to be dismantled. It's being destroyed. They're going to war with themselves. So you're transcending it. Though you are going to witness things you don't like in your physical 3D world, the question remains, are you able to see it clearly? A replacement. Are you able to replace what you see right in the face of adversaries, right in the face of your enemies, right in the face of a reality that is so cruel and harsh and leaving you broke or confirming for you the past thoughts that you used to have? But you don't have those thoughts anymore. Now you have thoughts of abundance. So are you able to shift from seeing a cursed reality, seeing it physically, not getting affected by it and being like, yeah, so that's not my reality. Okay? And that's not mine. Same with poverty, with homelessness. That's not my reality. While it exists, yes, and I've been there, that's not my reality now. So even though I'm like claiming 24 hours away from homelessness, I don't want to claim it. Just because I typed it doesn't mean I claim it. However, maybe it does. Because when you really think about it, if your awareness is on something for long enough, you will keep manifesting it. So my awareness was on the fact that a certain reality exists where I'm not doing very well for myself. The question is, am I able to quickly and often jump from that timeline to shift realities using my Christ awareness? Am I able to shift to a different reality in a matter of seconds? Yeah. And that's effectively what you're about to experience. Good, bad, or otherwise. Are you able to go from a negative experience in your 3D physical reality and then say, oh, yeah, no, that's irrelevant. I don't care. Oh, I don't care. That's not mine. That's not my reality. I don't accept it. That's not mine. I don't accept it. Because the only thing that is going to get you to that new reality, the one that you do accept, the one that you do want, is your Christ awareness, the Savior. The only one going to save you is you. Christ giving you everlasting life, which is the present moment. So if you can not be fearful of the future and not be worried about the past, the only moment you ever have is the present moment. And what if during the present moment, you can be faced with scrutiny and still be love in the present moment? That's true alchemy. That is when you take every dart handed to you by your enemy and you simply say, I love you. And I thank you for the experience. I love you. I wish you the best. I hope things get better for you. I hope that you go back to your original love, which is God. And when you can do that, that's when you will be blessed, because blessed are the peacekeepers. So can you look at a physical 3D reality that reminds you constantly you're not enough, you don't have enough, you'll never survive? War is on the way and hardships and this and then you have nothing but love in your heart even still despite it. And can you still be love in the face of all that hate? Can you still be peace? When you have discernment, is it a feeling? How do you know if it's true and not just in your head? That's a very good question. How do you know? Well, here's the kicker. It's all in your head. Discernment, your intuition, being able to righteously judge something, good or evil, I should do it, I should not do it. That thing, that gut instinct, that knowing, that is you. You are the one that knows what you want. Like, you've ever been on a date and you immediately get red flags and you're like, nah. Your discernment is you. Because you have it in your mind a certain romantic partner and that one doesn't check any of the boxes. It's you building your own life. And so it's your own compass saying, this ain't it, this ain't it, this ain't it. So when you realize that the discernment and that psychic knowing that this isn't right or this is right, it's all you. It's you because you're the one choosing what program you want to see in the movie theater. So just change the program, change the code, and you won't have to see that video anymore. You won't have to keep re-looping that same worn out experience, because a lot of people are, they're looking with their eyeballs, and, I'm guilty. I just even typed it in the chat, in the title is I'm homeless tomorrow or whatever. So I obviously paid attention with my Christ consciousness, my I am awareness, focused long enough to type homeless again tomorrow or something like that. So, and at one time, an hour and 20 minutes ago, to be exact, that was a reality for me. But I've already transmuted and grown and healed so much shit in just an hour of facing nothing but a barrage of attacks and so much hate coming at me and still being peace. I've just acquired so many blessings, so many lessons that I'm not even the same girl I was an hour and 20 minutes ago. So it's like, even because like I look at, I will, if I were to look at my same bank account now than I did an hour and 20 minutes ago, and I just transmuted all of that darkness, I'll be able to look at my bank account and be like, that's not my reality. Because that's not what I deserve. Nobody deserves poverty. I don't deserve what? No, nobody deserves that. And so I go back into my imagination and I start recreating what I do deserve, what I think I do deserve as a god, what I know I do deserve as a goddess, right? Despite what other people say, because babe, other people are going to tell you till they're blue in the face, you don't deserve that. But thank God it doesn't matter what they say. It's not up to them. It's up to you and your imagination. It's up to you and your Christ consciousness. It's up to you to detach from the 3D matrix, Neo, unplug from the matrix. Wake up, dude. Take the red pill. Wake the fuck up. Realize that you're getting sucked in spiritually, telepathically, audibly, visually. You're getting sucked in to some programming that you used to dial into, you used to build. Same matrix, different program. Same hardware, different software program. So you got to be able to tune in long enough to see like, oh shit, this hurts. Wait, I don't want this. This isn't my reality. Poverty, I don't want that. A breakup, hell no, I don't want that. I want the one where we were married. I want the one where I'm like a millionaire. Wait, what? So, okay then. The only one that's going to save you from a shit world is you. Your awareness, consistently, routinely focusing on a different timeline is the only way. The only savior is you. No one saves you but you. No one is coming to save us. No one. We give it to ourselves. We give this to ourselves. It's a gift. The gift of switching realities, shifting consciousness, the state of consciousness. That's a gift. That's a gift that only the chosen ones can do. You're chosen because you say you're chosen. It's not that other people aren't chosen. They were chosen too. It's just that they choose the reality that they hate while you are consistently choosing the reality that you love. So even when you look at a circumstance that you don't like even now, it's obvious today I saw a reality I didn't like. You're allowed to change it at any time. Anytime. You change it. That's all you do. You just select a new program. You don't go up to the movie screen and punch the screen because you don't like the outfit that dude's wearing. Change it, motherfucker. You don't do that. In order to change the scene, you have to go up into the movie film roll, the room, and put in a new film roll. You go up here and the projection screen changes because the projection changes. You don't give credence. You don't give credibility. You don't give validation to a reality you don't want. You don't talk about it. You let it just die off. So even for an hour and 24 minutes, there was so much negative that came at me energetically. I felt it. I mean, and you guys witnessed it. There were so many hate comments, just vile, nasty things, right? But if my consciousness continues to be there in that reality, I'll never be happy. I'm allowed to see it. I'm allowed to know that it happened, and then I'm allowed to change it. I change it. You think trolls are going to be the ones that change it? You think your bank account is just going to magically change itself? No. There's nothing going to change your 3D world except the Christ consciousness that you are, and that's it. Like the inner is going to change the outer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so when karmically speaking, all of these hateful people, their inner is soon about to manifest their outer. Think about that for a second. That's why I very much strongly suggest moving away from people right now, because karma's not a bitch, she's a goddess. I both believe that karma exists and I both believe it doesn't. I think for some, they believe karma exists so they experience it. But me, myself, I don't believe in karma. Now that I know what we are and that we are God and we are whole and we are complete as we are right now, it doesn't, for me, I don't believe in karma anymore. When I say I've paid off my karmic debt, what I mean by that is I've suffered so much on this planet. I've suffered so much. There's been so much pain in my 36 years here that it hurt so bad. Karma hurt so bad that you have no choice but to go within and figure out why it's happening. That's exactly what these hateful people are going to do. That's what all those timelines that are losing your energy, the people that are stuck in that vibration, stuck on that timeline, they're going to have to learn the same way that you did, through karma, through pain, through suffering. So while it doesn't exist for you anymore because you've learned that it's not real and that you never had to experience it, you could have at any time said, suffering? The fuck? No thanks. There's a version of me that feels so amazing right now. I feel like a walking Vicodin right now. There was a version of you that could have said that, but unfortunately, you were stuck in an old repeating program, a loop of, I'll never get out of this. Everybody here is punishing me. My life hurts so much. And it was because it wasn't time yet. Your soul needed to learn these lessons to ascend. You had to learn who you are as God to be able to stop punishing yourself as the devil would. So what do you think is going to happen to these people right now that are running around like a chicken with their head cut off? They keep coming at people like you who reject their reality. Money doesn't grow on trees. The fuck it does. Oh, he could never like you because you're fat. The fuck he won't. You reject these people's reality, and it is going to be the demise of them. It will be the end of their ego as they know it. They're going to be shifting back to the original state, the original consciousness that they have, the frequency that they are dominantly presenting, dominantly existing in. And you are going to an entire different reality, a totally different frequency. It's the same system. It's the same matrix. They're just going to go in their own quantum bubble, and you're going to come over here in your own quantum bubble. So the real question is, how soon are you able to see one reality that, honest to God, it sucks? And be like, yeah, that's not my reality though. This is my reality. What? And the universe is like, what? Tell me in pictures. Tell me in your words. Tell me in your speech. What is your reality? Because it's not that. Okay, fine. Then recreate. What's the new earth then? If the old earth isn't what you subscribe to, then what's the new one? Oh, that's what you choose. Oh, okay. Thank you. And it's like your imagination is God, but your imagination is talking to God. It's confirming a choice. It is selecting. So those with their third eyes wide open, this is a gift. It doesn't feel like it yet because you're wondering, when the fuck am I ever going to be blessed? When am I finally, as an empath, going to ever be blessed? Because so far it's just been a curse. Being cursed with empathy, it's just been a curse so far. So when you have your third eye open, like, when is it going to start being a blessing? It's going to be a blessing the second you can go from a reality where that bill is on your table, and then you look at it and say, wow, it says $0. I owe nothing. While still looking at the same bill, still looking at the same piece of paper. Same with me. I may have an hour and a half ago written that I'll be homeless tomorrow, but that's not my reality. That's not the reality I choose. All I have to do is simply say, wow, I got caught up in the matrix like Neo did. I got plugged in to a reality that I was not worthy of seeing. I was worthy of seeing the one where I'm in a mansion and there's tons of food for me, and I would never be hungry or on the streets. I would always have a roof over my head and heat and a comfy bed and clean drinking water and a man next to me that loves me and honors me and cherishes me, and I'm going to prove it by voting with my consciousness. I'm going to select it by highlighting that, yes, while there was a hellish world, while there was a reality I just saw, there's also a reality I just created with you, where there's heat and a beautiful home and food in the fridge. And I'm literally right now cooking a quesadilla, and I am talking with my best friend on the phone, and it's like, give yourself the permission. See, when manifestation coaches, they say ignore the 3D. Sometimes you can't. Why? Because you're fucking human. And you exist in the world, not of it. You exist in this world. So it's like ridiculous to think that you're somehow going to ignore the circumstances that are honestly shit, that have been brought to your doorstep that you don't want. You're going to notice them. However, I wouldn't say ignore the 3D. I would say replace it after you've just witnessed it. The question is, and this is really going to be a question for every soul on the planet, your suffering in this next phase will be determined by how quickly you are able to see one reality and shift into another. How quickly and readily are you able to see that bill right in front of you and still, in your imagination, see the one that's paid off right next to it? Like it's the same letter, but it says $0. That's how you take your suffering away. That's how you take your pain away. That's why, even though my life, I've been on the streets, it doesn't look like it or feel like it, because I'll take any painful experience and just transmute it. I'll just alchemize it. I'll be like, yeah, that happened. So, okay, and that's not my response. I don't care. That's an old timeline. That's not my reality. This is my reality. And then you paint that picture to the universe with your mind. I used to work so hard. Okay, let's read this. I used to work so hard in getting my degree and in my career that I totally burned myself out because I wasn't taking care of myself. And in the end, I was in debt because all the student loans, my relationships were not helpful. I surrounded myself with people who didn't care or love me, but used me. I stopped talking to them, and I feel so much better. Exactly. Not living up to their expectations and choosing to protect myself. I found healing in aloneness. Yes. And I realized making money isn't as important as loving yourself. I have all I need in Christ Jesus. Period. Wow. Amazing. Now, the new age, the new era, the new kingdom come, heaven on earth, the book of Revelation. What are you finding out in the book of Revelation? You're finding out who Christ is. Okay, what's being revealed? Truth. But what kind of truth? That you are Christ. You are Christ Jesus. You were him. You were consciously aware of a figure called Jesus. And so you made that entity powerful. You, as God, created an entity, I would say a demigod, that you gave your power to. Now imagine, instead of seeing an external deity, a man, a woman, a politician, a bank account, giving it to yourself and knowing that Christ Jesus resides in you, that you are him, that you're already saved. Saved how? That's what people say. Many Christians, they come to me and they're like, you need Jesus. And I'm like, or does Jesus need me? Think about it. Do I need Jesus or does Jesus need me? Without my Christ awareness, there wouldn't even be a guy named Jesus. Not in my reality, maybe in yours, but not in mine, right? People that say, you need a job. Do I need a job or does that job need me? Because at the end of the day, we have to just know that the reality you want exists already, and you get it the second you think of it. You get it the second you see it. So again, what's being revealed during the Great Awakening, the apocalypse, which is short for apocalypsis in Greek, it just means the unveiling. What's being unveiled? Ye are gods. That's what's being unveiled. What's being unveiled is you are him, not your mom, not the opinion of a doctor, not your bank account, not the bill on your table, not a politician, not even a law, not even a nothing. Nothing is God except you. Nothing is God except you. And now, so there are multiple realities now. They're all existing right now in this moment. There's a version of you that is so different right now. Looks, money, all of it. So didn't Jesus say he would return during the lifetime of his disciples? Right. So I'm not too familiar. I mean, I know the Bible because I was raised religious. I was raised Christian. But sometimes when it comes to the disciples and like the teachings of Jesus, I don't tend to believe in literalism. I mean, yeah, technically, could the guy have been real? Yes. A human being named Jesus? Yes. However, a white guy in the Middle East? Probably not. Probably not. And why do I have to worship him anyway? Where did he even tell us to worship him? First of all. Second of all, why do I need to believe that a man died for me? What I have to believe is I died for me. What I have to believe is I died to self. I died to the ego. What I have to believe is when I see one timeline, death, an old grave, the matrix that used to hold us, the grave, okay? Like Neo, it consumed us, it kept us tied to that. When you're able to witness that you're in that hellish place, isn't that Christ awareness? That's putting on the mind of Christ. Put on the mind of Christ, and that will save you. Put on that awareness of like, wait, what? No food in the fridge, what do you mean? Wait, what? No, the reality, I'm eating lobster right now. What do you mean? What? Hunger? I don't know that. Right. So who is the one saving you but you? Riddle me that one, boys. Did a troll just save me? All those hateful comments, they weren't saving my ass from nothing. They were reminding me through pain and hardship and sadness, like, wait, this isn't my, what? Wait, what? Wait, I'm a being of love. Don't you love me? Wait, hate? What is that? So my Christ awareness, ding, 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 within was like, red alert, you're being abused right now. Is that what God would do? Not willingly. So change it then, Jenna. Focus again on the thing you do want. So again, what's really going to stop your suffering and pain on this planet, what is going to stop our pain and suffering, is the Christ awareness within each human being saving themselves. And most people don't know that yet. Most people are looking outside of themselves, either in a book or a church or a dead guy from 2,000 years ago. They're looking to some sort of external to save them from their pain, all the while not realizing if they would have gone within, they would have seen that their pain is already ended. They're already saved. They're no longer a sinner, they are saved. Because the second your Christ awareness tells you, red alert, you're in pain, something ain't right here. It's because your dominant thought creates reality. And so if at any time you shift frequencies and you're like, I never feel pain. Why do I feel so weird right now? Why do I feel so icky? Your savior self, your savior, the truth shall set you free. And it is the way, the truth, and the life. So if you can see and spot that your connection to so-and-so is literally causing your derangement or your pain or your poverty, who is going to save you but you? Who showed you but you? It certainly wasn't that narcissist being like, hey, wake up to the fact that I'm a narcissist, buddy. It wasn't that guy. It wasn't a troll on the internet saving me. Sure as shit wasn't my fucked up 3D reality so far. So far, I've just had a shit 3D reality, I think, because, I mean, my focus was on it. My focus was on the shit instead of the good. So the question is, how quick are you able to go from one timeline, just one reality of billions, and shift it so easily into the new timeline, what you want, paint a new picture. So you're appealing to delusion. I would say the only delusional thing I see right now is that spelling of the word your. Fix that and then I'll talk to you again, okay? Anyway, Delulu is often the Solulu. To remedy your pain in an instant is, in my opinion, what Jesus was doing when he healed people. You are taking the pain away by giving yourself instant relief in the imagination, which is God. So God is your imagination, and you are having an instant moment of resurrection. Dying by looking at the 3D physical world, your Christ consciousness died. Your awareness died. It sank into a very, very deep 3D grave, the grave. And then you raise up the Christ by thinking of that higher timeline, by being the Savior, by being the Christ. The only one that's going to save you is you. He said not to worry about getting married or having kids because he would return soon. Right. You're just spouting nonsense. Am I? Oh, okay. Well, you have, at any time, you're allowed to leave. You're allowed to not listen. Anytime. In fact, I would ask you why you're listening to someone so delulu in the first place. Why don't you do you lack the self-discipline to leave? What is it? Do you hate yourself that much that you still want the pain of having to witness such an atrocity? Because that's how it was with all those hateful comments an hour ago. It's like these people are so in pain in their life that they love to punish themselves. And they punish themselves not only with vices and addictions and bad relationships, but they punish themselves by being in the presence of someone they don't like. for more than 10 seconds. This is what I don't understand as a healer. This is what I don't understand. Why would anybody choose pain? Why would anybody choose poverty when you can go into your imagination and see that you're a millionaire and instantly have that relief? Same with a bad breakup, like, why would you suffer when you can instead claim, I am God, there is no other. I'm the operant power, and I say we're in union and we're happy. And I see it in my imagination, and I know that my imagination is about to present itself. My imagination is a preview of the upcoming events in my 3D world. So why would you choose suffering, So why are you talking about the apocalypse? Because the apocalypse is very much happening right now. Apocalypsis. It's Greek. It means the unveiling, the revealing of truth. Why not talk about the apocalypse? Shit, I could talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, bro. I'll talk about whatever the fuck I please. So right now, you're allowed to know that reality exists. Where it was something distasteful, it was something you didn't like, it was something painful. Acknowledge it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore your 3D. In fact, what you resist persists. And so the more you try to resist that 3D, that bill on your table or whatever, it's not going away because you resist it. It's going away because you see it, you acknowledge that is just one reality. That is just one version of reality that I happen to accidentally bring in my frame of focus. That's it. It's gone as quickly as I say it's gone. The second I say that's a $0 balance, it's over. That's it. Just because people with physical eyes cannot witness your bill turn into a $0 balance, it's not going to in the physical right away. In your imagination, it changed. And your imagination is what creates the next chapter, the next scene, the next movie clip. So those with those doubting Thomases in your life, those ones that say, you're not a healer, you can't do this, turn these stones to bread, like Satan said to Jesus, right? Turn these stones to bread. And it's like, no. Stones in the 3D, those heavy, dense, I don't have to turn that into anything. I simply have to shift my consciousness to a reality where they're already bread. You see? You see what I mean? Anyway, I'm just going to boot you, old man. I think you're kind of cruel, so I'm going to get you out of here. Thank you. Have a good one. Anyway, Happy New Year to you. But yeah, when you reject more often the reality that others want to push on you, it doesn't matter. You realize they are just a glitch in the simulation. They are just an NPC. They do not control your fate unless you say they can. Right? So what I like to do is when I feel that, when I feel like hateful comments or something, I just try to block off my energy. And I just try to say, nope. Access denied. I don't work for that kind of evil. I don't like that. I like me. I like my happiness. I like my peace. I like my joy. I like what I like, what I like, what I like. And not one person can tell me otherwise, you see? God is not just imagination. Jesus loves you and he can only help you if you believe in him. So you haven't listened to a damn word I say, and that's okay. Cognitive dissonance is a thing. When you give truth to some people, they don't want to hear it. It's okay. You will one day hear the words that I said and it will make sense. Or it won't, and it doesn't have to. It's okay. Difference of opinion is very much welcome in this space. Hate, pure hate, calling me names and being nasty, that's not going to work. Having just a difference of opinion is lovely. Actually, I love that. I think all spiritual leaders, any spiritual guru should be questioned, lest ye have an echo chamber. I don't want an echo chamber. I don't need abuse. I don't need verbal abuse from people on the internet, but I definitely love when people ask questions. In fact, people should be asking more questions. That's the whole reason I left the church in the first place, because I started asking questions. Saying God is not just your imagination, you're kind of right about that. God is the thing within you that has let you know you are 1, in pain, 2, in debt, 3, in some sort of toxic situation. That is God, the awareness. God is also the part of you that chooses and selects something different using your words, your speech, your imagination, your imaginative, scripting in your journal, whatever. So God is not only the imagination, God is the thing, the holy thing that sent a higher Christ awareness into your frame of mind. Who is that Christ? That's the Christ you that already has the money, already has that marriage. There is a higher version of you that already saved yourself from this problem. There is no problem. There's only a solution. That version of you already has that thing. So God is not only the imagination, it is the tool, the divinity of love that is imparting that image into your imagination, and you are birthing it. So you're not only getting a higher desire, but you as God also, because you and the Father are one, the Father that gave you the image, the Father that gave you the desire, you, the Christ, are one, and that you get to decide, yes, that is my reality. I just saw it in my mind's eye. I just saw it. I just had a desire to wake up today and own a pony. That's my desire. Boom, I get it. Right? So just because you see one reality doesn't mean you have to stay there. But for so many who don't know Christ, they don't know the I am awareness in their own self. They do not know that they are God. They don't know that ye are gods. And so they have no idea that what they're imagining is reality, and that they're allowed to shift to that new one anytime. Consistently, every time you just whoop, shift to a different one. See something different, speak something different. That's why these people cannot save themselves, because they have chosen to attach themselves to the theology or the belief that something else external of them still controls their fate. That a God outside of themselves can somehow create or destroy. You see? It's the Holy Spirit. When you believe in him, he comes into your life and soul and gives you a helper. The Holy Spirit to help you in this life, period. Yep, I love you and I will pray for you. You are not alone. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. I send you a lot of love, brother or sister, whoever you are. Thank you for being here. Thank you. It was an honor to meet you. Really, truly, Happy New Year to you. I hope it gets better for all of us. That's another thing maybe I want to talk about is hope or praying. There is no hope. There's no hope when you manifest. It's just yes or no. There's either you have this thing or you don't. It's not, oh, I hope for it. I hope I get it. I hope I get it. You either have it or you don't. You can't serve two masters. You either have that new life. You already have the kingdom with Jesus. Like the way that Christ died for you, you're already in paradise with him, yeah? Or you're not. That's why most Christians, they come at me and the rhetoric is, you're a sinner, you're a sinner. I'm like, no, I'm not. The version I keep claiming to be is not a sinner. Perfected in Christ awareness, protected as well. But no, I'm not a sinner. I'm not a sinner. And I guess why religion for me is just so redundant is so many people, in the same way that, we go to the hospitals to be treated, not cured, is the same way we go to religion so that we can stop being sinners. It's reinforcing the fact that you're a sinner and that there's something wrong with you. Oh, Jenna, how dare you? How dare you claim that you're perfect? What do you mean? What do you mean? Isn't that literally what Jesus was saying when he looked at Mary, the prostitute, and looked at her as pure divine holiness? What do you mean? What do you mean? I have found so many people, Christians, well, definitely Christians especially, that are so quick to condemn somebody right to hell. And the second you say, but I'm not in hell though. Hell? For what? I live in heaven. What do you mean? I'm happy. It's like they come at you with pitchforks and they're like, yeah, no way. No way, because you're a sinner. Because you're a sinner. No, you want me to be one. The real truth is, your belief is so little in the idea of us not being sinners that you have created a structure called religion to believe in the damnation of anyone that is happier than you when they don't believe in your deity or your God. So it is such a crazy experience for me to witness how everyone is waking up to the fact that who are you waiting on to save you from that eternal damnation? You're waiting for the rapture. You're waiting for some guy in the sky to come beam you up, Scotty, but you're not understanding that guy in the sky is you. That higher self is the one telling you the reason that poverty feels bad is because in a different timeline, you're a billionaire. The reason this breakup feels so unnatural is because you guys are married in a different reality. That Christ awareness, that higher mind of God is you. And it is trying to enlighten you on a new desire you have. The problem is most people see an imaginal act, they see an imagination, and they say, oh, that'd be nice. Wouldn't that be nice? They daydream for 5 minutes and they see a private yacht and they're like, oh my God, wouldn't that be so cool? But it's just my imagination. And then they go right back to suffering instead. Because they don't understand that the imagination was reality. It is reality. Children know this. Children know this. That's why when they pretend to be a dog barking in the kitchen, you cannot convince them otherwise that they are not a dog. They really honestly think they're a puppy. And so you can't convince a child that they are not in a different timeline. You can't snap them out of it. You can punish them and try to assert your dominance over them, which is ridiculous. So many adults will do this to our innocent children. I don't really want to see you being like that. You seem too carefree. You seem too happy. You're not a dog. Grow up. Taking away a child's ability to easily shift into the reality they want for themselves. It makes me so sad. That used to happen to me so much as a child. But when you make yourself like a child and you access the kingdom of heaven, because that's what Jesus promised. He said, those who make themselves like children will enter the kingdom. So those adults who have now made themselves as children, aka your imagination is very much litty like a titty all over again. It's very active. The one thing you cannot do is be the Antichrist. You cannot go against your own Christ awareness. Don't do that. Because you already had evil parents that did that. Don't do it to yourself. Let yourself be Delulu. It truly is the Salulu. I promise you that. Being delusional in the face of every enemy you have, every adversary, every seemingly circumstance that contradicts what you keep claiming, let yourself have the permission. Give yourself the permission slip to say, no, that's not my reality. I love that that's not my reality anymore. We are in a simulation. Exactly. Hello. Yeah, we definitely are in a simulation. And you can control it at any time. So in this 2 hours, dude, did I have to see some really negative comments. And then I had to dial into them. I had to actually read them. They came across my screen and I chose, with my I am consciousness, I chose with the mind of Christ to select deceptive version of reality where I was being tormented and abused. While I definitely had no right being there, and I shouldn't have been, and I shouldn't have even focused on it. It's like, when Trinity says, "You're in the Matrix again, Neo." That's what happens. You're in the Matrix again. You have to really see that you put yourself in that lower timeline by focusing on it. All you have to do now is just focus on something different. It really is that easy. And it's instant. Anyway, let me just... And the more you can see it, the more you can feel it, and the more you know it's not yours any longer, that was an old timeline, an old version of you, is the more blessings you will receive, the more blessings, the more transmutation, the more alchemizing of those lower timelines into you're going to shift. It just keeps happening. It just keeps shifting. It just keeps shifting. It just keeps getting better. I just keep getting blessed. More and more blessings, more and more good things that come. The more you reject, right? Resist the devil and he shall flee from you. All you have to do is acknowledge that that reality exists, sure, but it doesn't have to. You're not ignoring the 3D. You're acknowledging it exists of one of many timelines. Me being homeless tomorrow, that is one version of reality. There's probably several versions of reality that have me homeless, but that's not what I claim. That's not who I am. That's not what my higher self wants for me. How do I know? Because I don't want that for me. I don't want homelessness for anybody. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. So why then would I want to experience it? I don't. So how do I change it? Well, I vote with my consciousness. What am I aware of being? Who am I aware of being? What am I aware of saying? What am I aware of imagining? Right? Right. It really is that easy. And I love talking myself out of a paper bag. Sometimes I'll come on here and I'll just be like, God, I'm so fucking amazing. I hear myself talk and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Makes a difference. I do. I talk for a living, literally. And I say some of the most amazing things. Words that just come out of my mouth. I'm like, yes, Jenna, fucking nailed it. That's what you were waiting on, bitch. That's what you've been waiting on all this time, was that aha moment. But yes, so while we are in a simulation, we also get to choose what we see in that simulation by unplugging from the simulation. In the world, not of it. In the simulation, not of it. In the simulation, not of it. This is why Jesus said, I have overcome the world. He has overcome the simulation. Him, the Christ, the higher mind, has overcome the simulation. Your higher self already knows the solution to whatever problem you have, because there's a version of you that's already in that timeline where there wasn't ever a problem. So the solution will remedy itself. The how will fix itself. All you have to do is just keep claiming the version of you with your imagination and your speech. Anyway, I'm glad I talked myself out of a downward spiral, because I was going real sad in this new year. And I'm like, I'm not having that. So for 2 hours, I just basically channeled my higher self. And I feel actually really fucking amazing. I feel like there's just so much hope. It's just gonna be such a good year, because we always get what we want. Always, we always get what we want. Always. Question is, what is it you're conscious of wanting? Do you know God yet? Do you know the real one, the real true source of love that imparts new desires into your mind? Into your dreams, into your psyche? Do you know that one? Do you know the Father? because the Father is going to plant these seeds in your mind about how in some timeline you're a multimillionaire with private yachts, not living on the street in a tent. You see? So the real savior is you, though. The same one that could give yourself a tent on the street corner is the same one that could give yourself the millions and millions and millions of dollars that you know you're worthy of. You see? It really is, what are you conscious of being? What are you conscious of seeing? What are you conscious of believing you deserve? And that's why I do believe that a lot of people on the planet are going to be suffering this year. But a lot of people are also going to be not suffering ever again. And this is really where God is going to separate the wheat from the tares. You're going to see your higher mind separate you from people who do not access the higher mind. So be prepared for it. Yeah. Because hopefully you can get through it like I did. I just had 2 hours of people bashing me in the most hateful, heinous ways. I hope you can transmute it. I hope you can do it. I know I can. I just proved it in live time. I just proved that I could be peace in the middle of war. I just proved that while one reality is going to shit, I've already jumped ship and I'm in a new one already. So I hope you guys can do the same, because 2026 is going to be a great training exercise for you. I hope you can make your own choice to choose love and choose peace. If you can't make that choice for yourself willingly, then it sounds like you have work to do. All right. I love you. I'll talk to you later.